Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia for those who are tuning in, and welcome back to everybody else. So today I'm just gonna sit here and create this look using all the drugstore makeup that I purchased on our Euro trip. So mostly the things that I use are from the store Drugstore in London and Etos in Amsterdam. I did not have more time to shop at the drugstore, which I would had hoped to, only because one, it's a busy ass store. Two, there's just a lot of people and it's literally in the city. In Amsterdam, I shopped at the store called Etos, which most of the products have like this green packaging. I felt like Amsterdam was a little bit more low-key and chill, so therefore I had more time to shop basically. I was able to go through each section, swatch them, talk to an actual worker there, and she was able to make a tester even though if it was the last one, and I said I would not want you to open it and make it as a tester for me. What if I don't like the color? I ended up liking them anyway, so I purchased them. And yeah, that was like totally fun. So anyways, if you guys want to see me create this easy, simple look, then please keep on watching. Starting off with my newest moisturizer that I purchased in London. This moisturizer I would have to say is a hybrid of a gel base and a lighter cream moisturizer. This is actually a really nice formulation because it makes my skin very smooth, and I'm beating myself up here because I really wish I bought a bigger bottle. Starting off with a lip repair cream, which I actually did not notice that it said cream till the day I tried it on. So it's more like a cream that becomes like a lip treatment. So it's not necessarily like a lip balm, but I'm gonna treat it like a lip balm today. Starting off with my brows, I'm gonna be using a really thin wax-based pencil. These smaller pencils are really nice to control and fill in certain areas for good detailing. So it does take a little bit longer. As you see, I'm just doing little mini strokes throughout my whole brow. Now it's time to fill in the brows. I'm going to be using my new brow powder palette with my new angled brush. I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows here. Then I'm going to take the second product, which is like a velvety, creamy, not too creamy, velvety, powdery brow product, and I'm going to use that to set my brows. Jumping in with my Misguided eyeshadow. Just going to take a regular transition color just to give it a nice wash right at the crease. Now moving in with a second brush with a second color, we're just going to use this throughout the whole crease, bringing it into the center of my eyes towards my nose to give a slight contoured look. Moving on to the third brush, we're going to use the darkest brown in the palette, and we're just going to focus this on the outer corners to have more of a smokier look. This part is really tedious as I'm just trying to really pack on the outer corners here. The shadow pigmentation isn't as strong as I would like it to be, but I'm working with it and just trying to layer it to have more of a darker look. Now we're gonna go back to the second brush and second color. This fluffy brush, I'm just gonna use it across my whole eyelid and crease area. I just wanna blend the shadows together so it's a little bit softer. Now we're gonna move on to the lid space. I'm choosing a color that is more like a rose gold type of tones just to brighten the eyes. I'm just gonna lightly tap and just lightly create a crease with the brush there, as you can see, just on the inner parts of my lid space. So now moving on to mascara. I've actually been really liking this formulation. I mentioned in my previous videos that it's not too wet, but it's not too dry of a formula. It just works well with my lashes. So nothing too heavy, can really avoid the clumpings with my thin short lashes, but the wand actually helps it build on the lashes, if that makes sense. It makes it lengthy, but it doesn't curl, and that's just something I lack in with my lashes, but this formulation really does help with volumizing and lengthening. One good thing about these lashes is that they come pretty short, not in like the length of the lashes, but the lash band itself is typically shorter than an average one, I would say. It also could be the cut of how the lashes are, but I felt like I didn't need to cut it. But you can see there is a lot of the packaging glue that's stuck on there, which was difficult to remove without actually messing up the lashes. So that's one dislike about these lashes. I know they are faux, but they're just not flexible or really soft. So I was having a bit trouble putting this on this eye, as you can see. Again, the material wasn't really soft and flexible or easy to wear, but after a while it was fine, but it was a little uncomfortable in the beginning. So you can see on this eye, I decided to kind of bend it to be a little bit more flexible. Again, it wasn't as flexible, and a lot of lash glue that was in between the hairs. This has to be one of my favorite powders from my trip. I really love the package of it. It has like a mesh net, and I'm sorry for the squeaking, but it has a mesh net, so it's really nice to not lose the product. Using this face palette to warm up my complexion, I'm just using that bronzer and just focusing it just at my cheeks and my temple area. Then I'm gonna follow through with the yellow, which I'm actually treating as a banana powder just to brighten under my eyes. Just going back to the shadow palette, I'm literally mixing all three of the darkest colors. I started off with the first one, wasn't dark enough, moved on to the second, and then I decided to add all three together and then added some lower lashes with my mascara. I've been really obsessed with using this mascara. It really shows off my fullness and length of my lower lashes, of course when using my lash serum. Now for the lips. I'm using the nudist type of color pencil that I bought. Didn't realize how petally rosy soft pink it was, but it was totally fine because it kind of muted my actual lip color for the next lipstick that we're going to use. So the lip color I decided to use is like a really beigey brown nude, which is really pretty. It's in a matte formulation. It's actually pretty creamy when you first apply it on, which is nice, and I just love how these two cocktailed together to create this look. So this is my final look using all drugstore makeup purchased at the Superdrug stores in London and also Etos in Amsterdam. I love the Etos makeup, it's clean beauty. As I previously mentioned, I didn't purchase any face makeup just because it was hard to test out the shades and some of the testers were limited, but just using the face bronzer, the application is very smooth, it's not streaky. It is a little bit on the lighter side just because I feel like I got a little bit of color from our trip, But also this is a good color to build with, which I think is really pretty. The only dislike is actually the lashes. I honestly thought the lashes were going to be nicer. I mean, they are pretty. I love the story behind it. The perkiness or the curling that it provides already is really nice. The only dislikes was that the lash band was a little bit hard. You saw in the video how I had to like bend it to make it a little bit more flexible. The adhesive from the package was a little bit thick. I hope you don't see too much of it. I mean, up close, I think you do see a little bit of it. So good thing they're nice and already like perky, that they fan up so that you don't see it unless if like I'm looking down or eyes closed. It's a bit hard, I would have to say. I have e.l.f. lashes that are also vegan cruelty free that are a lot softer than these. So I'm hoping this pair is going to feel like that, and the other two that I have are a little bit softer. I mean, it's not like bad, but I wish it was a little bit more flexible in the material. I know, it's faux. Although I did buy a highlight and a lip gloss from Misguided, I just felt like the colors are a little bit too white based, that it's hard to like mesh with the skin. But I did buy it. After trying a few times, I don't like it as much. The eyebrow pencil is wonderful. I love that it's wax based. It really laid down my hair. I ended up carving my brows a little bit with my own concealer. Just using the pencil alone and the brow powder, it actually makes my brows really nice. And I am actually really obsessed with my lower lashes. They're super long. I've been consistent with using my grande lashes, even on our trip. I know, dedication. That it actually shows. It's really nice and long. Oh, look at this. I did use another drugstore product for this look. I actually painted my nails with this color. This color is called On a Cloud, also by Etos stores in Amsterdam. I guess I did like a few layers, didn't let it dry in time, and it created a bubble. And then the other day I just kept going like this and messing with it, that it popped and it messed it up. But I felt like I'm just gonna leave it because it gives it a little bit of character and a story behind it. Other than that, this is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys haven't already, subscribe to this channel too. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!